Good evening, and fellow members and members of the public for the July 19th, 2021 meeting of the Nassau County Interim Finance Authority. I will start the meeting by noting that we do have 4 members. We have a few absent, but we do have a quorum. And I will ask for a motion to adopt the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the next item is the meeting minutes from the May 26, 2021 meeting. Are there any comments, concerns, issues?
Chairman, I'll move that they be approved so that we can discuss.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. The next item is the contract for DP Civil Inc. contract. Martha, will you present? Thanks.
Hi. So DP Civil, item 133-2021 is a contract with the Department of Public Works. The vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process. The county received 10 proposals and only 6 out of the 10 followed the bid requirements. DPC was awarded the contract because it presented the lowest bid. The term of the contract is 1 year from the notice to proceed and is valued at $6,085,767. The Governor's Office of Storm Recovery will fund approximately 78.7% or $4.8 million. The county share of $1.3 million will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee approval of future borrowings. The contract is for the East Rockaway Drain Improvement Project.
I'll move that we approve it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. Carries. The next item is consideration of county contract for Eldor Contracting Corporation. Matter number 115-21.
Item 11521 is a contract with the Department of Public Works. The vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process. 6 bids were received, 1 was rejected, and Eldor was awarded the contract with the lowest bid amount. The term of the contract is 730 consecutive days from the notice to proceed, and its value at $5,927,000. The contract will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee approval of future borrowings. The services to be provided are construction services for the installation of a supervisory control and data acquisition system at the Glen Cove Water Waste Treatment Plant and Cedar Creek Water Pollution Control Plant.
Question is, if I may, do we know if the one that was rejected was lower? Or they just don't open it when it doesn't?
They don't open it
Okay.
because once they didn't follow, they didn't comply, they're not allowed to open it.
Clear, obviously, the others all did, so.
Yes, we got a copy of the page.
It's all the same stuff? Okay. I'll move that we approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Carries. The next item is consideration of county contract for J. Anthony Enterprises, Inc., knife number 143-21. Martha.
Yes. This is also a contract with the Department of Public Works. The vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process, and the county received 3 bids. J. Anthony Enterprise was the lowest bid. The term of the contract is 2 years from the notice to proceed and is valued at $7,893,352.50. Of the total contract, $4.7 million will be covered with federal aid, and the county share in the amount of $3.2 million will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee approval of future borrowings. The project consists of the reconstruction of a 1.4-mile stretch of Grand Avenue and Baldwin.
Sounds good. I'll move to approve it.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. The next contract is for consideration of county contract for Facilico Civil Inc., knife number 132-21. Martha.
Sure. Oh, thank you. 13221 is also a contract with the Department of Public Works. The vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process, and the county received 5 bids. and Basilico was the lowest bid. The term of the contract is 120 days from the notice to proceed, and its value at $5,067,997.90. The project will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing approvals. This is a contract for roads resurfacing in the Great Neck area.
Howard would know the answer to this question if you were here, but is this like one of the 9 village roads in Great Neck and where the county sharing costs, or is it a county road?
County road,
Okay.
middle and road.
Oh, okay. I'll move to approve it.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Item 6 is consideration county contract for, again for Basilico Civil Inc., item number 137-21.
Yes, it's also a contract with the Department of Public Works. Vendor was also selected through an open competitive bidding process, and the county received 5 bids. Basilico had the lowest amount. The term of the contract is 270 days from the notice to proceed, and is valued at $5,278,208.83. The contract has a federal aid component that will cover approximately $4.2 million. The county share in the amount of $1.1 million will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee approval of future borrowings. This is a contract for resurfacing of some roads in the towns of Hempstead, North Hempstead, and Oyster Bay.
Quick question, what is the federal program that is paying for this? Is this CHIPS or is this, what is this?
Not checked, it's the TIP, it's the TIP funding, CMAT, not CMAT. Real STP money we get out through the federal pass-through from the state. CHIPS money is applied to county-funded projects that we reimburse ourselves on, and we have to supply documentation for that.
This is called TIP, you said?
Yeah, it's the TIP program.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty high, it's good.
And will they actually write you a check with 6 cents at the end?
Exactly, whatever they.
Exactly.
They'll write the check.
All right, good. I'll move that we approve it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Next item is a consideration of county contract for Triumph Construction Corp., item number 131-21.
Also, a contract with the Department of Public Works. Vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process. County received 10 bids. 5 vendors did not follow bid requirements, therefore proposals were rejected. Triumph was selected because it had the lowest bid amount. The term of the contract is 1 year from the notice to proceed, and its value at $9,181,765. The Governor's Office of Storm Recovery will fund approximately $6.4 million. The county share in the amount of $2.8 million will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee approval of future borrowings. This project is for improvements in the 5 towns and Lawrence drainage system.
Bids seems a lot for this. Can you elaborate on?
They all have the same issue.
What was it?
The bond requirement was not affixed to the envelope, which is the instructions, the specific instructions that the county have provided. So once
Is
they...
that new or different? Is that always how it works, or is that like a wrinkle?
I can answer that. That's always how it worked. What we did do right after this happened, we did notify all these firms about what they did wrong. They were successful in bidding the following GOSA projects. We had a number of city firms bid for the first time.
That's a good question.
So some of these firms that had mistakes won later GOSA projects that we bid out.
So they learned their lesson.
Yes.
But definitely missed out on this one.
Yes, these 2 jobs were the first 2 that we did, and a number of firms had issues.
And nobody filed an appeal or a grievance?
No,
or
they all
anything?
agreed that they made mistakes.
And you're saying what, you're getting more bidders for contracts now than you did in the past?
In this one, the GOSA projects, we received a lot more bids than we had seen in a number of our jobs. So we made sure to reach out to them and talk them through what they did wrong, so we didn't have to discourage them from keep bidding. And you'll see DP Civils won a number of bids, even since GOSA projects came out.
Okay, great.
I'll move that we approve it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, we'll go back to the agenda item number 8 is a resolution regarding the financial plan from the Nassau Healthcare Corporation to address its fiscal problems. Evan, are you going to present this?
Sure. So the NIFA directors are being asked to consider an order to the Nassau Healthcare Corporation requiring the chairman to provide a plan to address a number of concerning fiscal issues. Namely, these issues were raised by and in a February 2021 report from Alvarez and Nassau, growing deficits that it is continuing to incur, and the going concern opinions and recommendations of NHCC's auditors, which have now been repeated for the third time in 3 years. Now, the Alvarez and Nassau report was provided to NHCC in February of this year. It detailed problems confronting NHCC as well as identifying opportunities for improvement. To our knowledge, NHCC has not acted on any of the report's findings. The precarious financial condition of the hospital has been expressed by NHCC's independent auditors in their opinions issued along with NHCC's most recent 3 years of audited financial statements. Their opinions echo Alvarez and Nassau. We have had limited communications from NHCC regarding their intended pathway forward. However, the communications lack the specificity and benchmarks required to inspire confidence that a credible plan has been created, let alone one that will be followed. So again, what is before the directors tonight is a resolution directing the chairman of NHCC to provide a detailed plan within 90 days to address the serious issues raised by the aforementioned Alvarez report and the going concern opinions and recommendations raised or issued by its independent auditors.
And to do so in the form of an order, I believe is a key point as well.
Yes.
Which obviously bears certain legal weight. I'll move it for discussion.
I would just, Evan, I
Need a second so you can discuss.
is there a second?
One second. Just to discuss, okay.
Yeah, so I agree with your assessment. You know, this has now been into 3 years in which their auditors have issued this going concern. And this year, they've added to that a note and a recommendation that they have yet to see any kind of plan at all from the hospital to how that going concern issue is going to be addressed, and not qualified from their report. And I think in our role, both in terms of what we've been doing to oversee their finances as well as having the consultants go in and provide a variety of different recommendations, whether it be things they could be doing now to be more efficient and to also strategically position themselves in a way in which they could avoid the inevitability of a closure should they run out of cash. I think it's of urgent matter that they do take the recommendations not only from their auditors but this directive from the authority to present us with a plan in a reasonable period of time, which I think 90 days is. Does anybody else have any comments on that?
I'd like to make a comment that the time and necessity for this demand from the hospital is now. I think it appears right now at this moment in time, there's this belief that there's money falling from the sky, coming from a lot of different places post-COVID, and that may be well and good, but it has the risk of clouding the real picture. And the auditor's comments as a going concern, our Alvarez report that we've prepared, they both speak very plainly. It is absolutely critical that we issue this order today and within 90 days have that plan. So I'm in favor of this resolution.
I would say, Mr. Chairman, that I agree with what I've heard from both of my colleagues at this point. Also, to point specifically to the staff comment that we have actually received what purported to be a plan from the hospital. Just so it's clear what we're expecting, that was relatively detail-free and non-specific. And what we are demanding in our order is something that is full of details and quite specific.
Yep, and I would just add that given the urgency of this matter, a detailed action plan is critical. So I agree with the resolution as well.
I'll call the question.
Is there a motion?
I made it in second. so.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the motion carries. Next item, item number 9 is the approval of an MOU regarding the wearing of body cameras by members of the Nassau County Police Benevolent Association. Evan, are you going to present this?
Yes, I will. So action item 9 concerns a memorandum of understanding that was reached between the Nassau County Police Benevolent Association and the county, which provides for the implementation of the county's body-worn camera program for sworn officers. When the program is implemented, all active members of the PBA will participate in the program and receive an annual lump sum payment of $3,000 payable in 26 equal installments. The parties have agreed that each active member will receive the payment except when the member is not participating in the program due to extenuating circumstances. The county estimates that the cost of the program will be up to $8 million annually, including fringes. The county plans to begin rolling out the program on or about September 30th with full implementation, the goal of full implementation no later than year end. The MOU was approved by the PBA on June 8th and by the county legislature on June 28th. The item is now before you for consideration.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Well, before we vote, I just wanted to ask if there was anyone that was here to comment on this. So I know you all waited patiently. It's the last item on the agenda. And I'll just add, just, you know, for the record, I don't perceive this this oversight committee to affect policy, and it's quite limited to judging financial decisions. And this is simply us, you know, not making a judgment on the merits or not of the body cameras, but just the fact that this is a change to a contract from 2017 that expired. So with that, that's just my comment before we vote.
I mean, I think it's a cost that's within the overall cost of the pattern of all of the contracts that have been contemplated and have been adequately budgeted and planned for. So it's just an element that's already been provided.
It's consistent with the budget and some other agreements.
Yep. Okay,
It's been moved and seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, thank you very much for being
Thank you.
patient.